It is Monday, August the 19th, 2013, and we're outside with the ASSC All-Season Silver Cooker from Jim LaJoy, I believe. I'll give him his 5 minutes of fame here. Anyway, I decided to assemble this outside. It's a nice day. I thought I was going to have enough sun, but other things took place, and we got a hazy sun today. It's not bad, but I don't have enough time left to cook because I think it's about 3:30 right now, and the good sun will be gone in another 2 hours at most. So yeah, we'll not cook today, and I haven't even done the aluminum tape on this thing yet. But anyway, we've managed to get it assembled. This is the instructions it comes with, fairly detailed instructions, and from Jim if you buy this. It's available on his website. Anyway, it wasn't too bad to put together. I found that it was less intimidating if you didn't read the instructions. A typical manly thing. Use the instructions only if you're going to run into trouble, because when I read them they kind of made sense, but not really. It wasn't until I actually started to do it then it became very intuitive, and it didn't take at all long to put this thing together. I think what I like most about it is the fact you can flip it over. This is in the summer mode, obviously. This would be in the winter mode, kind of like the 60-30. But the reflector, and I took a bunch of pictures, is adjustable through both modes. So if I'm trying to do this with one hand, if I put it over the edge of the table, you can see the reflector will come right down. Whoops! And of course they always tell you to make sure the thing's secure, and there's a reason why. Anyway, and there it is there. And the reflector, or the sun aimer, is on the bottom now. I'm not sure if that should be flipped over for summer mode. Chances are I would think yes. So we'll flip it over, or pardon me, winter mode. So in summer mode it looks like that, and it will come down quite a bit like that, or will stand up quite a bit like that. So you do get a much wider range of angle than just flipping the oven back and forth. Fairly deep cavity. Now this is not, Vern was asking, was it as big as the 60-30? No, it's not. The actual opening inside looks to be not much more than about a foot square. And I'm going to try some pots in here. Oh, first I want to show you this. Oh, there's a nice little hornet or whatever coming to see. It looks yellow. I guess it attracts bugs. I'll put this out in the well. I did take some pictures, but let me just actually show you this. So here's the sun aimer. I don't know if you can see it, but the shadow's right here. So if we tip this down, you can see the shadow disappear, disappear, disappear. Angle it just enough to get it into the sun. A little more. There. I have no shadow now. So, and if I look, yes, the thing is aimed right at the sun, so everything is right with the world. Anyway, I'm gonna get I went to Walmart, got some anchor hocking, actually an anchor hocking bowl, a Pyrex pie plate, and one of my favorite speckleware containers. I'm going to see how it fits into this oven. And here's where these videos really come in handy for those people that are doing this for the first time. Anyway, the glass pie plate, say that 3 times quickly, is a Pyrex Easy Grab, and as you can see it is, hope you can see that, 9.5 by 1.6 inches, 24 centimeters by 4 centimeters for those of the metric persuasion. And it does just fit, and Jim LaJoy says that. He had it X'd out on this thing that the Pyrex wouldn't fit, and then he said yes, the Pyrex will barely fit, and he's right. It's actually a perfect fit. If you look there, it just touches all the sides, barely, so that's good. Then this is the anchor hocking bowl. I'll peel the label off it later, but that's it there. And this is a 4-quart. And then I got the old speckleware pan. Now I noticed the speckleware pan just fits in, and I mean just, and then, sorry, everything's in the way one-handed here, that does fit, so that would work. And I'm going to have to, give me a second, I'm going to have to put the camera down and take this back. It takes 2 hands to take this bowl out of there because it is kind of awkward. What I discovered was the lid from the speckleware, graniteware. Well, it goes on here quite nicely. This thing now bumps into the lid, as you can see. So I'm going to take a hammer and I'm just going to tap that center down so that it kind of makes some space, and then I think it'll be good. So anchor hocking 4-quart bowl, Pyrex Easy Grab 9.5 inch pie plate glass, obviously. And this is a granite ware, and I think it's probably a 9-inch roaster. I'll double check that and I'll get back to you. Well, the best made plans don't always work out. So, the speckleware lid, took a couple of good smacks at it with a large rubber mallet, and I don't know if you can see it, but all of the speckleware shattered and just flew off in every direction. Good thing I was wearing my safety glasses. And even on the inside, so that is not an option. If your lid does not fit for your graniteware pan, do not smack it with a hammer. It will only cause grief. So this has now become useless, which I assume that would now have become useless also. So plan B will be to find another pan. This was 9 3/4, by the way, and it did fit. Diameter wise, if it was any bigger, it wouldn't have fit. If you could find the 9-inch, if there is such a thing, it would be better. And definitely find something that isn't near this high. This is quite high with the lid on, and I never really realized that, but it's quite high. It's probably a good more than 6 inches. I would say probably 7 inches deep, which is much deeper than the bowl and the pie plate combined. So that's not going to work. So anyway, we'll go back to this thing. So in terms of assembly, wasn't too bad. Looks like it's going to work quite well. Next video will be coating the inside with the aluminum tape. I think I'm going to have to disassemble, get it flat again, so I can put the tape on, I think. Again, the instructions are not really succinct on whether you do that before or after. It tends to lead you to believe you do it afterward, and I'm not sure that the tape would go on very well. I'm going to have to work on this and let you know how that turns out, but I think if it was flat, it would be much better. Then the tape would kind of sit and then hopefully fold with the pre-formed folds that are in this thing. Now on Jim LaJoy's website, he does allow you to download the full plans in high-def PDF, and also the instructions I just showed you. So you can make your own. It's just Coroplast, very thin stuff. I think you can get it at Home Depot. In Canada, it's $18 a sheet for a 4x8. And if you're really careful, you can get 2 of these cookers out of one. So you can either hand Jim LaJoy $40, which I had no problem doing because I think this was a good training exercise. And if you've never ever done this sort of thing before, I would probably suggest, if you want to build one of these, buy the first one. Use it as a pattern to do your own homemade one, and I think that's the best alternative. That way everybody's happy. Anyway, that's all I've got for now. Stay tuned. Next video will be putting the aluminum tape on, and then hopefully either that video or the one shortly after will give it a temperature test and cook something in it. Thanks for watching.